This is the most commonly grown orchid in the trade. This is the one that you find in, Home Depot and Safeway and Costco and just about every place. And this guy has been outside, that's why he looks a little ratty. I don't like putting orchids out for the summer because, well, there's hailstorms and slugs and squirrels and all kinds of things like to take a whack at these. So what I'm doing right now is I'm changing out the medium. This process is really important if the plants are going to do well. So you want to change out the medium so that you can foster a really good root mass. That's one aspect of growing a good Phalaenopsis. The most important is probably where you put it in your domicile. These guys need a couple of hours of direct sun on their leaves if they're going to grow well and bloom well for you. So, number one most important thing is sunlight. 1 to 2 hours of direct sun, yes, the real live thing, all right, on the leaves. East-facing window does a really good job of that. Then the number two most important thing is proper watering. Now, in the trade, they kind of make it rough for you because sometimes orchids, which by the way are grown to be thrown away, are presented in a variety of different kinds of substrates, of potting media, and you water them differently depending on what kind of media is there. If it's a straight bark, kind of looks like mulch, then once a week is probably pretty good. You want to put it in the kitchen sink, pour a copious quantity of water through the medium, and let it drain completely. So water thoroughly and deeply if it's bark, about once a week. And if it's sphagnum moss medium that your orchid comes in, you want to let that go crispy, crunchy, dry on top before you water. And then again, put it in the kitchen sink, apply a copious quantity of water, spend about a minute running the water through, make sure no water stands in leaf axils, so use a little piece of paper towel, dab it out, and then you don't water it again until it gets crunchy, crispy again. So you're not watering by a calendar. After all, these guys don't have calendars. They're going to dry out depending on what the weather is and what they're doing, what they're growing. If they're growing or growing a leaf or roots or shoots or whatever, they may use a little bit more water than other times of the year. What I'm doing now is the third most important thing, and that's changing out the medium. You do that activity immediately after your plant goes out of bloom the first time, because as I mentioned before, these are grown to be thrown away. They don't come to anyone's retail shelves potted up for their continued good health. So as soon as your Phalaenopsis or moth orchid is out of bloom, you want to change out the medium. Number one most important thing, make sure that your orchid gets at least, or your Phalaenopsis orchid gets at least 1 to 2 hours of direct morning sun. Water when the medium is dry. Don't let it stand in water. That's killer for orchids. And repot annually. You want to repot as soon as you buy it and it's out of bloom, and you'll have a blooming orchid.